I'll be calling this hearing to order and open the meeting. My name is Juan Roman. I am General Counsel for the Nebraska Department of Education. The subject of this meeting is the proposed Chapter 20 or Title 92 of the Nebraska Administrative Code, Chapter 20, Regulations for the Approval of Teacher Education Programs. The date is July 26, 2022, and it is now 9 a.m. Brad Dirksen, the Office Administrator of Accountability, Accreditation, and Program Approval for the Nebraska Department of Education, will describe and explain the purpose of the rule. This will be followed by testimony by interested persons. Each person presenting written or oral testimony is requested to 1, state a concise suggestion or recommendation of what action you would like the board to take. 2, state the rationale or reason for your recommendation. 3, you may reinforce, but please refrain from repeating previous testimony. 4, each person testifying will be limited to 5 minutes. If additional time is needed, it may be provided at the discretion of the presiding official, which would be me. 5, at the conclusion of all testimony from interested persons, Ms. Henneke, I think, will have the opportunity to respond to the testimony presented today. That will conclude the testimony. I'm sorry, I believe that should be Brad Dirksen, who will be the person responding to any testimony presented today. The typo on the script. This rulemaking hearing, number 6, this rulemaking hearing and testimony presented today will be recorded via Zoom and will be uploaded to the access through the NDE YouTube on the NDE website. 7, all written testimony must be submitted to the hearing official, that would be me, prior to the close of the hearing in order to be made part of the record of this hearing. All right. Before Mr. Dirksen provides his presentation, I'd like to remind any citizen testimony that please state your name in full and spell it out for the record so that we can continue this presentation. Mr. Dirksen, please provide description explanation of the proposed rule.
Thank you, Juan. My name is Brad Dirksen, the Administrator of the Office of Accountability, Accreditation, and Program Approval at the Nebraska Department of Education. The following is a short synopsis of the revisions to Title 92, Nebraska Administrative Code, Chapter 20, Regulations for the Approval of Teacher Education or Approval of Teacher Education Programs. With reference to Section 0406F, Basic Skills Test, prior to admission to a teacher education program, the candidate must have been achieved in a satisfactory score on an examination as specified in 92 NAC 23, which is Rule 23. The proposed draft is with respect to basic skills competency mandate for admission into an educator preparation program, it'll be removed because of the passage of LB 1218 during this last legislative session. So that requirement in 0406 F would not remain for to basic skills competency, mandating a entrance requirement as a basic skills competency entrance requirement. However, a educator preparation program can decide that they would like to, it just cannot be a mandate from the State Department of Education. With respect to Section 0601, there's a new section around administrative program academic requirements. We have the draft that's been proposed is adding in administrative program academic requirements for administrative endorsements programs. And as previous versions of the rule only contained the requirements for teachers, there was no academic requirements for administrative certificates. So that's being added into Rule 20 in this proposed draft. There is a Section 9 on flexibilities. The educator program institutions of higher education to better meet local goals. This is what the section says, is educator preparation programs with institutions of higher education to better meet local goals may submit a request for a flexibility of one or more regulations found in sections 04, 05, or 06 of this chapter, a flexibility may be requested in response to extenuating circumstances where an educator preparation program is unable to meet the requirements in Rule 20 regulations for the approval of educator preparation programs. A flexibility may also be requested if an educator preparation program creates innovative solutions to an unmet need. It's really the idea is adding in a flexibility section to allow educator preparation programs to be innovative in response to extenuating circumstances. Other changes to this draft rule include technical edits for brevity and clarity, with rules such as changing the term teacher education program to educator preparation program, changing the term master's degree to professional degree from a college or university accredited by an accrediting organization recognized by the United States Department of Education, and changing the term graduate to program completer and other such technical edits. There are two Scrivener's errors in the current draft of Rule 20. One is in section 00305, capital B3, lowercase b, which is the section in regards to endorsement program portfolios. The current section reads, information regarding each endorsement program offered by the institution must be submitted on a schedule established by the commissioner. Recommended forms may be found on the NDE educator preparation website. Folio information must include. The Scrivener error was the must include. That should be reading must include. So the deletion of the word will in that section. Additionally, there is another Scrivener error in section 0401 of the current draft that is being presented today. The section 0401 is a general policy statement. It states the institution must have a written policy stating the philosophy and objectives which delineates its goals and commitment. The word goals was an apostrophe S, so we deleted the apostrophe in that section of 0401 as well. Those were the Scrivener errors in that section. And that's a general summary and overview of the changes that are being proposed in the draft of Rule 20.
At this time, is there any citizen testimony or any statement to be made? It does not appear that there is any additional statements to be made during this hearing, so it is now 0907. This hearing is officially closed. Thank you.